that sometimes the things that we actually call love are actually the things that are holding us back and we do not even realize it. And the dangerous part is that it feels so comfortable. So we don't even try to question it. We are so comfortable, so we are used to it. And we just go with, it feels easy. I'm okay where I am. It feels so familiar that, and anything that feels that way, we automatically assume that this is the good thing for me. We are doing the right thing. So because I feel comfortable, it is perfect. But if we are being honest, then you see, comfort has this sneaky way of, acting like a friend while keeping you in the same place for a very long time. So just like that, you just be on a spot. Well, anyways, if you are listening to the sound of my voice, just so you know, this is the Launch Hour show on JDN 101.5 FM with me, Anna George. And I am super duper excited you're here with me today. Where are you tuning in from? Where exactly are you? Are you in Bodija? Or maybe you're at work, you're about to have a bite of that lunch, and you are listening to the sound of my voice. So this is your space to just slow down a bit and, take a deep breath because we are about to have a real conversation. And you know what? It's just going to be me and you this afternoon. It's nothing too serious, so come on. This is how we just do it every Monday. So if this is your first time, well, this is what we do every Mondays on the Lunch Hour show. Because I was thinking about something, something earlier, and I'm sure that you actually relate to this. There are times and there are moments when you just have something important to do, really important, like something actually that matters. I'm talking about work. Yes, taking that huge step. Maybe a personal goal, right? That goal, that vision, that dream you've been having. Maybe even just something you told yourself that you would start. Of course, it's a new week, and you already know what to do this week. Okay, I'm going to change this about me. I'm going to be intentional about my work. I'm going to do a whole lot this week, right? But then because you are feeling so comfortable in your situation, it hinders you from taking that step. So that hindrance I'm talking about things like the things you do normally, right? Maybe checking your phone for a minute, and just 1 minute, right? The next thing is you already spent about 30 or 20 to 30 minutes on just scrolling through your phone or doing another thing. So you've gone like from one post to another, to replying text messages, to calling a friend, having conversations that you do not even plan to have. So from one video to another, from this to that, and before you know it, that energy you had to actually do something meaningful is gone. You get what I'm trying to say? But then we make it sound like nice in our head, and we are like, oh, we say things like, I needed that break, I needed that piece, right? You plan to do something good, you plan to take that huge step, but then you got distracted, and then you make excuses for yourself, and you say, I needed that break. You get what I'm saying? I needed it. I just needed it. I need to protect my peace. And meanwhile, deep down, you know that it wasn't actually rest, though. That wasn't the plan. You were just avoiding something, and you're just making up excuses just for yourself. So my message for today, in case just not to keep you so confused, the message is just like not everything feels good, and not everything that feels good is actually love. So some people think self-care is all about making yourself happy and getting so comfortable, right? So all I've been saying is that you are so comfortable doing things, so you don't want to get so uncomfortable. And you know that to achieve some things in this life, right, you need to be uncomfortable. I don't know if you get me, but you need to be uncomfortable. think about this, let me give you an instance. You know, there's something that you've been putting off. There's something that you need to do. Maybe a real conversation. Yes, you need to talk to a therapist. You need to take that step, that action. It could even be about yourself. It could be a habit that you need to drop off. So maybe even something as simple as maybe organizing your day properly. You need structure for your business. You need to take that skill. You need to do one or two. But then it doesn't come with comfort. That is just what I'm saying. But because it feels uncomfortable, you just leave it and you tell yourself, oh, I'm going to do it later. I'm going to do it when I am in the mood to do this, right? So I don't even need to stress myself. You understand? So it might feel like relief, but then it sounds like self care. So we need to be real because sometimes it's just delay. You understand? We need to be real with ourselves. We might be thinking, oh, it's self care. I don't want to stress myself, but then being uncomfortable at times, could actually mean self care. You understand? So sometimes it's just choosing what feels easy over what actually helps you grow. So that's just it. So you just need to choose some things. Take that huge step. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but then that is actually what we call growth. That is growth. And the tricky part is that because it doesn't feel like a problem, we don't treat it like war. You understand? You just keep repeating the same cycle all over and over again because you are so comfortable at that position that you are. We have been there. I've been there as well. Your boss, that's not how life works. You just need to, get uncomfortable at times. You don't need that spark of inspiration to come before you take that step. So right now, if you're listening to me, what exactly is that one thing that keeps you from doing that thing? You understand, that thing that you should be doing? What is that one thing? What is that one thing you keep doing that feels good in a moment, but deep down it is bringing you back. It is not making you move forward. You're just on a spot. So I don't want you to overthink it, but just think about it, and I need you to be honest for a bit. So right now we're going on a music break, and well, after this we'll dive into the conversation and how to rectify all of this. This is still the Launch Hour show on JDN 101.5 FM with me, Anna George. Enjoy the music, and I'll be back soon.
Kolo die fún ó wà ní kéwú wà ní báíbù jáyó yẹ jáyó tó bá ṣe tán ṣó máa ṣe thank you. They say money na vanity, so I carry the vanity, spend am on vanity, no dey form familiarity, torí ayé lọ mi ò fọ́ mi ò panicking. This thing dey sweet me anytime I did feel like it. Thank you. If it wasn't for my performance, tell me what would I do? Hand on the Bible, the man on my face on me so. These very feelings I recommend. Chayori, I 100%, I notice. Anytime I roll with, some look at me like novice. They don't know I know things, some things. I'm really lying, I'm a special case. My shank power me by special grace. They are words for me, but I was making statements. Can't tell you why I was so impatient. More shishaka, come at your love. I'll be like only if I twist, cause I still want it more for my life.
ọ̀rẹ́ mi jọ. Oh, there is me jọ. Kọ́rọ̀ wá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ yọ. Ìwọ̀n tọ́ba ìbọn owó burúkú wọn bóde náà. Mo pé ṣe náà ibi owó wọn tí kò gbé. Sexy and rosé, yeah, you can have it your way. Mi ò lọlé, mi ò lọlé o wa. Ibi made o wa. Oye made o wa. Parkwell cool for me. This your BBL tó fún mi. Fún ní rẹ̀mí, you ní jẹ̀bi kò dé ní sún mi. Cause ayé kankan, vanilla kẹtàn. Them no go die when you show for me. Pack all your heavy body, put it all on me. I be your daddy, walk on mommy. Me they know they vex, but you just go. No be lie, but you get like pin, and I don't go with the flow. I know the best, yeah. Heavy, make you put it on. I give it to make it me, no. The way you act, they do me like film, and I waiting I go gain for this life of sin, yeah. See all of them, they know jiggy jaw. Was many girls, but you so dumb. Before. Oh, like oh my angel me go. Rama me love. Oh my want all me jaw. Oh, there is me jaw. Kọ́rọ̀ wá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ yọ. Ìwọ̀n tọ́ba ìbọn ọmọ sáré owó burúkú wọn bóde náà. Mo pé ṣe náà ibi owó wọn tí kò gbé. Sexy and rosé, yeah, you can have it your way. Mi ò lọlé o wa. Ibi made o wa. Oye made o wa.
Don't cry no more, 'cause joy is coming. Open is gone to be remembered no more. And we shall celebrate. And we shall celebrate. Ilé ayé yìí na like a table. Ilé ayé yìí na kàn bàtà. Tó bá dúró lórí títí ó pàgọ́. Ibi ló ti lọ mo ní tó máa lọ. Iwájú ìwà làwa ń wò. Ṣùgbọ́n èmi ò mọ èyí tẹ̀yìn ń wò. Face your front and you go see yo. Face your front and you go see yo. Ọ̀nà tó bá lọ́kọ́ ló ṣe yìí, ó bẹ́ yọ. Ọmọ adéládéládé lọ́mọ. Ọmọ ẹ̀rọ. Don't cry no more, 'cause joy is coming. Open is gone to be remembered no more. And we shall celebrate. And we shall celebrate. Yeah. Most days I feel like running. Most days I feel like sleeping. Most days I don't wanna talk. I just wanna sing. Make music, that's it. I don't wanna get involved. I just wanna sing my songs. This feeling I am feeling is one of a kind. How I feel when I'm thinking is one of a kind.
5 minutes gone past 12. Welcome back to the Launch Hour show on JDN 101.5 FM with me, Hannah George. And if you're just tuning in, we are having this conversation, this honest Monday reset about something that is very, very true. So, not everything that feels good is love. Yes, not everything that feels good is actually self-care, is self-love. So like I was saying, like before we went on the music break, that we've gotten so comfortable calling anything that feels easy self-love, anything that feels so comfortable self-love. Oh, self-love now is it's about being happy, right? So because we are comfortable where we are, we think it is self-love, but then it is not. We feel relieved if it helps us to avoid stress. I just want to be happy. I don't want to be stressed. It's frustrating. So I don't really want to get myself into that situation. Nah, nah, nah. So we feel relieved if it helps us to avoid stress, frustration. If it lets us to stay in our comfort zone. So we just assume that it must be good for us, right? But real love, especially the kind of love you show yourself, it doesn't have to be soft. It doesn't have to be always cozy. See, most times self love can actually be like discipline. Yes, self love can be discipline. Yes, so it looks like doing the right thing even when you don't want to do it. It is self love. So let's talk about something that we all do, choosing comfort now and paying for it later. So it's easy to say that I'm going to do it later, or maybe just need a break. Let me just rest, you understand? And sometimes, yes, rest is valid. We need to rest, but it doesn't have to be too much, especially if you have a goal that you need to achieve, right? But if we have to be honest, see, a lot of time it is not rest, it is the fact that you are trying to avoid some things. You say that, oh, I want to rest, but then deep down, like I said, you're trying to avoid it. And every time you just avoid something that is important, something that you know that is very important, you are not you're not like escaping it. You still meet it, right? So you're just rescheduling it, and it comes with pressure. I mean, extra pressure. So why not just do it now instead of trying to avoid it? Then later it'll get easy. You get to enjoy what you have worked for. So practically, what you can start doing differently today, it is take that step. Just pick one thing. You don't have to do it all together. Take one thing, take that step. It might feel frustrating, you understand. It might be annoying, you understand. It might be tiring, but then it is what it is. You have to just pick something and start with it. And when you catch yourself reaching maybe for your phone, reaching for something else that will distract you, maybe trying to have a conversation with your colleagues and all, I think you should stop that. Just try your best to avoid it. Or when you start to think of, oh, maybe I should do something, maybe I should just take a walk. So I think you should ask yourself this question: what am I supposed to be doing right now? Like, if there is something more important, then why not just give it even 10 focused minutes? For just, okay, for this 10 minutes I'm just going to focus on this. It could be 10, it could be 20, right? Focus minutes before you just go back to your phone. That's itself, it's self-love. Yes, it is. And if you have something coming up, I'm talking about a presentation, a meeting, or maybe a deadline. So you don't need to wait until the last minute before you panic. So this is what you do. So why not just use a small part of your day to prepare properly? Yes, it could be 20 to 30 minutes, but then you are doing this with like intentionally. Yes, 20 to 30 minutes of intentional effort that can actually change how confident you feel, right? So that again is self-love. Yes, that again is self-love. I'm not saying maybe getting the expensive cologne. Yeah, I'm not saying maybe getting that weave is not, but then there are some things that we try to avoid. So you're doing these things with intentions, like intentionally, right? It also means self-love. You understand? So that is self-love as well. If you've got that presentation, why not just prepare? It's self-love, right? And if you are someone who is always available for everyone else, but you don't have time for yourself, yes, you don't have time. You never ever have time for yourself. So you just need to say no. Exactly. You can say no with your chest. Just one. And this is you, like, you protect a piece of your time and use it for something that actually moves your life forward. You don't need to say yes to every outing. You don't need to say yes to everything, every person out there. Why not just try to choose yourself in every situation? In fact, is it not worth it? It's for yourself, right? You can be selfish. So yes, you can you need to start saying no if you are that person that accepts everything. So saying no, again, is also self-love. Yes, you love yourself so much, right? So you need to say no to things that makes you feel uncomfortable. You need to start to say no to things that you are not, you don't just like something that stresses you, right? I'm not saying your work stresses, but then you need to work. Oh. Don't misconstrue the situation, but you get what I'm saying. So yes, it will feel uncomfortable at first, but that discomfort, trust me, it is growth. Yes, it is growth. It could be your habit, it could be at work. Yes, you just realize that, okay, this is not where I used to be. Oh. But then I'm just grateful for myself. And I want that to be you this afternoon. So self love, it could be saying no to anything that you're not comfortable with, saying no to every person out there. In case, like, if someone says, oh, let's do this together, let's do this, but then you know that you have things to do at home, just saying that intentional no is everything, right? Yeah, because at the end of everything, the real standard is growth. We need to grow. So doing what feels good is easy. So anyone can do that. But choosing what actually helps you grow, especially like in consistent ways. Yeah, you have to be consistent. So that is self-love. So comfort will keep you safe, but it can also keep you stuck. It can keep you at one place. It won't let you grow. But you see, growth will stress you. Yes, it comes with stress. Growth will challenge you. Yes, it will frustrate you, but then at the end of the journey, it is all worth it. Yes, but it's at least you have moved forward. You've taken that step. You have moved forward. So this is the message. So as you just go through the rest of your week, don't just ask yourself that, maybe what do I feel like doing? Ask yourself, what will actually help me grow right now? What is that one thing that will make me grow? What is that one thing that will take me to the next step? Yes. And then do that, even if it's just one step. Yeah, even if it's just so this simple thing, at least it'll make you grow, right? So just take that step, and that's how things can change for you. So I wanted you to hold on to this thought this afternoon, and let's get straight back to the music and enjoy, yes, ourselves this afternoon, because why not? Is the launch our show. I'll be right back after this.
I don't go many places, I don't see many faces. You like GT, when I began I don't go many places, I don't see many faces. You like GT, when I began automatically, baby, my don't eat tomato. Baby, more pay, I go. I can never joke with this your love. Carry me, come out. Anything you want, buy me solo. Miss vacation. I do go jejo, my echo. Carry me for your table. Oh, Fuji, oh, yeah, calling Kito Shashila. Right now, I'm mobile me. Oh, I dress and I want party. I'm on to our Frank Mula. Mutaka Sibek, Litamula. La tomode moti jaba, la tomode moti jaba. Gianna Koshinoma. I don't go many places, I don't see many faces. You like GT, but I began to
I don't go many places, I don't see many faces. We like GT, but I be grand theft auto. Automatically, baby, my gesture, don't eat tomato. Tell the woman, no, my gesture. Akabato de la fidera, Baba Lumo, Bushe, Ila Ilan Pio de Magbiwa, a hominisha with Akabato de la fidera, Baba Lumo, Bushe, Ila Ilan Pio de Magbiwa, the woman who my Jersey, Akabato de la fidera, Baba Lumo, Bushe, Ila Ilan Pio de Magbiwa, the hominisha with Akabato de la fidera. Baba Lumo, Bushe, Ila Ilan Pio de Magbiwa.
Meditation every day, cause I'm trying to keep my sanity. Only positivity, no negativity. What goes up must surely come down, that's gravity. You got to keep your energy, that's the mentality. Open your eyes and you will feel it in your heart, so you can choose your left from right. Oh Lord, it's the only way out. That's the religion, that's my religion. You got to free up your mind, free up your mind. Only you, like you, nobody like you. Now you le pata la bafu era mi. Otani monsa, bami, yeah. Elevation is the price you pay for higher synergy. Soul awakening, never sleeping. Don't be carried away, but you got to wake up every day with love in your heart. Peace and unity, no enmity, never carried away. You got to freedom, just freedom. Only you, like you, nobody like you. Now you le pata la bafu era mi. Otani monsa, bami, yeah.
Bila Capaci Mari Chupaco. Astela.
Night is young, I'm getting old. So many don't step on me toes. Many friends we don't be fools. Can't complain, cause this is the life I chose. That's nothing quickly, they make me para. Talk on my CB, me, I know this time. I go do my own back, I know if you wait for karma. They live my life, me, I know want yawa. What's my name? I'ma say that again. Daily I'm getting paid. Every day is an holiday. Money choke. Tell them to clear the road. Pico do not disturb. Who phone for do not disturb.
But we put body can collect. You want the plenty cause video on the fire. Phone pocket full like you leave baby when it's time to pour. Video cause disaster. The body longy. She go fit to drop your mama. She say you won't belong. Like them looking for salary earners. You ain't be civil servant. I hear say you want shut down of his house. Money from top.
Papa Su
my poopy. Today not today, every go soon. Can you talk to my over to no peace be off to the weekend?
Something quickly they make me para. Talk on my CB, me I know this time. My own back, I know if you wait for karma. My life, me I know want ya. What's my name? Come on, say that again. Daily I'm getting paid. Every day is an only fee. On it too. Tell them to clear the road. Because do not disturb. Move on for do not disturb. Touch this. Who you know fresh and the hottest? Who you know move like the baddest? Reading my cooler. City lifestyle not Skoda. Evidently every day we shiny. Know everything pop like soda. Double O, double O, double O, double O, double O on the radio. Different P, I'm a different breed with a different NN. Double O, double O, double O, double O, double O on the radio. Different vibe on a different key. I dey give you them constant. School down. I dey kill show. I'm steady making my dough, and I make them do this go constant. No desperation. My guy back there sortation. I ain't bullshit. Constant. I want giant love. And my girl she sexy come. Her body now full logo. Constant. The time he go come, when he come go day more. So the table always turns. Never seen a bigger miracle. Never seen a bigger miracle than myself. Oh. The kind of money we I get to. Got me singing in falsetto. Never seen a bigger miracle. Never seen a bigger miracle than myself. Oh. Plenty ladies on my case. Oh. And my niggas them they double O, double O, double O, double O, double O on the radio. Different P, I'm a different breed with a different NN. Double O, double O, double O, double O, double O on the radio. Different vibe on a different key. I dey give you them constant. School down. I dey kill show. I'm steady making my dough, and I make them do this go constant. No desperation. My guy back there sortation. I ain't bullshit. Constant. I want giant love. And my girl she sexy come. Her body now full loco. Constant. No time he go come. When he come go day more. So the table always turns. It looks don't matter. It's what you do that counts. And your lips don't matter. It's what you say that counts. Let the whole world know why you look at me. See me for me, and not the color of basket. I got a really black skin and I like it like that. I really white skin and I like it like that. Everybody know I'm in my own zone. I'm a king, I'm a queen, cause I say so. Teddy Batman, put your little more. Tell Baba I've been God for so long. Everywhere I go, I'll surely come home someday. I wanna see the rest of the world. All alone in
a cold, cold world. Say it goodbye on the mountain top and getting freaky, 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 freaky. The looks don't matter. It's what you do that counts. And your lips don't matter. It's what you say that counts. Like you all I know. Why you look at me? Sing it for me. And not the color of my skin, my skin. I pray that I wake up one day and then walk side. And on the TV all I see, yeah, that's homicide. They're trying to beat you against me, conquer in the fight. Don't believe everything I read when I scroll online. Skin, skin, black or white, brown or red, all of them nice. Shine bright like the star, shoot like what? And I've got all the power in me. Life is such a beautiful thing, I wanna live on forever. May nobody hold me back. This is my life and I owe it to try to be awesome, awesome. Skin, skin, all alone in a cold, cold world. Say it goodbye on the mountain top and getting freaky, 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 freaky. The looks don't matter, the looks don't matter. It's what you do that counts. And your lips don't matter. It's what you say that counts. Like the oh I know. Why you look at me? Sing it for me. And not the color of my skin. Baby, lips don't matter. Your lips don't matter. Teddy Batman put a little more.
Oh yeah, riding for in your top shot spot is a me or them. How many hours did you think about it before you caught in? Knew the body couldn't resist it, I got it falling. Beautiful flowers in the section, just like a garden. Toss the dollar, send it in. Comma, dividends. Blow some more, I'm giving it. Giving in, giving in. Toss the dollar, send it in. Comma, dividends. Blow some more, I'm giving it. Giving in, giving in. Who's that girl about to make a purchase? I'm talking diamonds, watches, purses. You want that big girl, which version? Give that girl a Maybach with the curtains. Put on that shit to make 'em nervous. Let's fly somewhere with no servers.
Closer, come a little closer, 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 closer. Closer, come a little closer, 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 closer.
All cheek, tight cheek. Can't satisfy me if you're not free. Grip, get behind me, grip me tightly. Tick every timepiece, it's a dime piece. Splurge. Watch somebody feelings get hurt. Denim on G-string shirt. They ain't fucking me, I swear. Toss the dollar, send it in. Comma, dividends. Blow some more, I'm giving it. Giving in, giving in. Toss the dollar, send it in. Comma, dividends. Blow some more, I'm giving it. Giving in, giving in. Who's that girl about to make a purchase? I'm talking diamonds, watches, purses. You want that big girl, which version? Give that girl a Maybach with the curtains. Put on that and make 'em nervous. Let's fly somewhere with no servers.
Closer, come a little closer, 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 closer. Closer, come a little closer, 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 closer. Closer, come a little closer, 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 closer. Closer, come a little
20 minutes gone past 12, and this is still the Lunch Hour show right here on JDN 101.5 FM. And yes, this is where I get to wrap off. But before then, remember, this is how I'm just going to conclude what I've been talking about. You know, I started the conversation about saying not everything that feels good is actually love. Yes, not being so comfortable is actually self-love, but then you need to get uncomfortable to achieve whatever it is you want to achieve. So yes, if you've been following me for weeks, you know that I've been making awareness about our random kindness, and last week was a success. So, but before I go there, if you are new to the show, this is where we just need to look around. You understand? We get to celebrate people who show up every day, people that make our lives easier, you know, but rarely get a thank you. So, this is the part where we get to say, oh, thank you, we see you. And listen, I am still smiling from our last feature. I'm talking about Mr. Dixon and Mr. Ajayi, and seeing how it's actually meant to them. You know, the moment was actually, they felt appreciated and remembered, and thinking about it is making me smile sheepishly in the studio this afternoon. So it was a huge success, but then it continues, right? So we are still looking out for people, and like I said that we are still looking out for security men this time. So we are still doing security men, people that have been doing this work for a long time. Yes. But then our live surprises to feature will be like every first week. It's going to be happening once in a week. And you know, for this month it has gone, but the remaining weeks we'll still be making awareness about it. And yes, like I told you, we are looking for security men. For that's going to happen. So the live feature is going to happen September, where we'll be focusing on our long-serving security men. So you know, think about the men at your like in schools, right? Security men that have been there for way too long, and they stand up. These people actually stay in hot sun. You know, even if it's in the rain, they still get to do their work. They go to work. They are up early in the morning and even late at night. What are they doing? Trying to keep us safe. Most times we just drive past them and we barely even look up. You understand? So this is just saying thank you to them. So if you are listening to me, I want you to be my eyes. I want you to be my ears. If you have anyone that has been a security man for a whole long time, think this is the time to actually say a thank you to them. So the random segment, yeah, the random kindness is where we get to surprise them, put a smile on their faces. So that is going to be happening September. And if you are listening to me and you have somebody in mind already, so you can reach me on 090-737-29902. You can text me on WhatsApp. Yeah, with that number, I'm going to call it again, 090-737-29902. Or if you want to call me, you can call me on 090-6801-6365. 090-6801-6365. That is if you would like to send me a text message or call me, and that is if you have seen anyone. You understand? So if there's a security guard that you know who has been serving faithfully for years and always does it with this genuine smile, so I want you to nominate him today and text me on WhatsApp, or you can call me and let me know his name, let me know where he works, and just leave that to me and let me do the rest, okay? So this is where I get to say my goodbyes on the show. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on the Lunch Hour show this afternoon. So the Lunch Hour show continues tomorrow with Omolola Kalijaye, and it's going to be fun, fun, fun. So don't forget to stay tuned always to JDN 101.5 FM. My name is Anna George, and up next is the Global News. Enjoy the rest of your lunch hour.